Well, hi, I'm Concetta Lewis. I am the Director of People at Daxko. I grew up in Northwest Alabama, small town, rural Alabama, and I was the youngest, or am the youngest, of 5 siblings growing up in the same house in a small town. We all look alike, we all sing. And so I was always known as the baby or so-and-so's sister. And unfortunately, that defined me a lot to where I had no identity other than being someone else's sister or being compared to someone else. The only thing that really made me stand out was that I was a nerd. I was very smart, but my oldest brother, who went into the Air Force, invited me to come live with him. I was age 15 at the time, and it got me out of small town Alabama, and I lived with him on an Air Force base. And it exposed me to so many different things that I didn't see growing up. And it gave me an opportunity to be away from closer siblings and gain my own identity. And joyful was my identity. I laughed a lot. I had a lot of energy. I enjoyed life, and I enjoyed being me. And that gave me an opportunity to be away from my siblings and identify who I was. The obstacles that I faced growing up in becoming a professional was not seeing a lot of professional women. You know, there are so many great things happening for women that are in business, but it is still challenging. I have very close friends that are 2 women that raised a certain dollar amount in seed money for their startup. And hearing their experience on how an investor literally came to them and said, no, not gonna do it because you're a woman. It's not gonna happen. And with that, they were women and minorities. They were African-American women. And I mean, that's the reality. It's hard to face the reality because you want to think the best, but the reality is it is still harder for us to get to that next level. Not just from the boundaries or the barriers that people from external give us, but barriers that we have within ourselves. So, I mean, it's challenging, but it's still ever hopeful because the potential there is so great. You just have to have some strong women around you to reinforce those things and say, no, you can do this. It's okay. It doesn't matter if no one else has done it before. You can do this. Because at some point you realize that I'm doing a lot because this is what I'm supposed to do. As a professional woman, I have to be strong. As a professional woman, I have to get it all done. At one point in time, you may want to be at home with your kids, and that's okay. There's so many standards out there, not just imposed by men, but other women, on what we're supposed to be doing. And I think that's the hardest part. My advice to women today, professionally, as you grow, own it. Strive for it, work for it, whatever it may be, whether it's being the president of PTO to being the next professional recognized by your local business journal, 40 under 40. But do it because you want to do it. Be your best because it's what you want, and be the best you want to be. Not because society says this is the standard, not because, family history states this, or you grew up in a certain way and this is the next step. Do it because you want to do it and enjoy it. Enjoy it and recognize your wins as you go. Because there are going to be a lot of hiccups out there. There are going to be a number of challenges, but we can do it. Not because somebody else has done it, but because you can do it. And if you don't know how, ask a question. It doesn't hurt to ask questions. It doesn't make you weak. It shows that you're hungry to learn. Continue to move forward and own it. It's yours. It's ours.